You are in charge of these Ladies Linkup events for DJ City and Beatsource, as well as, I mean, like, I've gone to some of them. I remember everybody was like, why are you here?
No.
You're the only guy.
Listen,
I was like, I'm here to support.
It's totally open to everyone.
That's what I was trying to say.
Totally
I was like, hey, but I was like the only man there. And I'm like,
no,
hey,
and we appreciated your presence.
But I was just coming to support, you know? I mean, I'm not coming to be a creep or something.
No, not at all. And I don't think anybody felt that way. I will say.
That's what Vlatz would do. No, I'm just kidding.
Vlatz was there too.
Yes,
Thank you,
we were the only guys.
Yeah.
There was donuts on the wall, okay? That's what you guys were missing out on, okay? At the Ladies Linkup, they have an entire wall of donuts.
When you go to a DJ Dazzler event, it is just top notch, okay?
I agree.
Let alone a Ladies Linkup.
We're going to have good food, good drinks, good design. There was 100%. People getting headshots. Come on.
I take Ladies Linkup super seriously, and it's a project I'm very proud of. And I think you will see, and I think a lot, even internally as a team, I don't think, myself included, expected this thing to grow as it did. And a lot of our events, or, you know, we're at home base. We're here in LA, and each one grew and grew. And
well, I think it's much needed. That's what that shows.
Yeah, and part of it, too, is I think a lot of people in our space think, listen, us female DJs, we go through a lot, and I think we're highly judged. What we wear, are they even, hey, is that DJ even, female DJ even good? Like, there's so many things that we're just against. And I think I was telling a group of my male DJ friends, I'm like, what do you think we talk about, like, as women in this space, like in these gatherings, that we wouldn't talk about in a normal, like, co-ed event? Like, oh, y'all probably talking about, like, makeup and hair. I'm like, yeah, that's part of it. But the truth is, there are people in our space, women, like, pregnant and DJing, pregnant and going to their gigs, and there's vaping and smoking. And how are we trying to have these conversations? There are the collective we, I'm not saying outing anybody, but some of us had miscarriages while DJing, you know, like those serious conversations. And a lot of life conversations. I'll be totally honest with you and share this. Like, and I think I've only shared this with female DJs because they understand. But even I, recently went to the doctor, and my doctor encouraged me, if I want to have children, I don't have any children. If I want to have children, I should probably explore other ways to, like, navigate my career as a DJ. I don't think you
What does that mean?
Well, I'm like, for like the lifestyle, DJ lifestyle, me physically, if I ever wanted to become pregnant, sometimes a DJ lifestyle doesn't match, having to, like, the demands of it. I would have to take time off. And I don't think my male counterpart friends could ever understand that.
Right.
And like my doctor asks me regularly, like, oh, so how's he's asking, is he naturally interested in my, this specialist? She's genuinely interested in my DJ life. She's fascinated to it, but she's curious to know what are my life choices as, Mother Nature is dictating where this goes.
Right.
And we talk about those life serious things in Ladies Linkup, and I don't think the male counterparts could ever understand. Now, I know there are fathers in our DJ space. You're one of them, and some of them, y'all are amazing, partners.
But it's different. I agree.
It's different for us
I
in
understand.
this space.
Yeah.
To listen, I don't want to be in a position where I have to pick and choose whether I want motherhood or I want this career.
Right.
Because I don't think most of our community, which is male driven, have had to choose, or biologically have had to choose.
Right.
And those are things we have to factor into. And so you have that. And then people just judging us left and right, like, oh, is she even a good DJ? Oh, she's on a controller. Is she, on this? It's just, there's so much. And so creating a space where women are appreciated. Yeah. And I think I will be even so bold to say that I think even though some of our competitors have done this, tried to do the same thing and, like, creating their own female version, I actually am grateful that they did, because it gives more of an opportunity for women to be recognized. And I applaud that from a distance. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that women are recognized. Now, I think the part where most women would feel, where we don't want to be treated as a commodity. Like, we don't want it to be where we're only supported on Women's History Month and that's it, or Women's Appreciation. We want to be part of the conversation. So those are the things that we talk about. Like, and then, for Ladies Linkup, we also made a point to have some educational feature too as well. So we'll have a branding expert talk, or like, and then I love that we made it unique by providing headshots,
right,
like
that
doing that.
Cool.
Like, I don't think anybody has made that cohesive experience, and we don't charge like the attendees. Like I really am grateful for DJ City and Beatsource to, support me in this venture and make it so brand aligned, because I want us to be like resourceful for this community. And that also opens up, conversations for social justice things and like representation of all kinds. And people are able to meet each other for, there's a lot of, so already being a woman is a quality of why people get hired as well. But there's people that are niche in certain things, like, so getting some eyeballs, getting some shine on that. The talent, when I'm ever curating the lineup or something, I make it as diverse as possible. People that pair up people who don't know each other. Like, I try not to put people who are friends, so it gives you an opportunity to meet someone new, so you can learn from somebody. So it's a very big project that I'm really proud of. I do.
You should be. It's great, and I think it continues to grow and bring people together, bring awareness to things, even things like you're just saying now, that I feel like I'm pretty conscious and forward-thinking and progressive and supportive. But also, I don't even think about those things that you were mentioning. I've thought about them and I understand, but even with the, I'm in my own head and world, so I don't always get to think about that stuff. And even things like, I travel all over the place. I'm alone. I'm walking in the middle of the night in a dark alley or somewhere. Like, I guess like women probably have to worry a bit more than than I would,
I'm actually glad you mentioned that, because that's like an aspect too. It's like our experiences as in our creative space is different. And I think if I can wish one thing in that category, it's like, to get more people to recognize, no matter who you are, of this different experience that we have. Yeah,
totally. I think that's great. And I think it's good to shine a light on the things that women DJs deal with, talk about, care about, go through, because it's not going to be known in the same way where you're not going to, if you don't ask for your rate, no one's going to know what you want. And if you don't say what women DJs are going through or what they want or how we can work together to keep progressing, then it won't happen
either. And there's
either.
just some things that are innately safer for us women to talk about in a female-oriented space, like body image, issues, health, biological health things. We have people of all sorts of identities in our space. So people are in transition or people with different sexuality preferences. And
that's the thing. There's non-binary. It's not just women and men. I mean, there's people that identify as non-binary.
And then people with, different preferences and being respectful of that, and how sometimes they're not part of the conversation. So and everything that I do, and, every time that there's a project or even internal within the confines of the space and out there, I always want to make sure that people are being represented. And, because even collectively, us in this room, we're all so different. So that should also reflect, the product that we put out there.
Totally.